You are now watching a clip from the Inspired by show. You can watch the full episode on our YouTube channel or listen on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So make sure to head over there, leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed it, and follow the show. And when it came to your getting your book finished, did at any point you give the book to any of your friends or family or who knew you, like your partner, to get them to read it and share their thoughts?
I did, but I was so nervous. For some reason, it was easier giving it to like strangers than people close to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's wrong. It's something about it because I felt like if they, oh, sorry about that. I felt like if they didn't like it or didn't feel like it was like true to me, it would affect me more. So that was like, that took me a while to get to. Those are the last people I gave it to. I first gave it to strangers to get their opinions because I wanted to get like just like an off opinion of like, how do I come off? Do I come off bitchy? Do I come off like, tell me like exactly how I come off. The my close people, that was like definitely a struggle for me. I think because their opinions mean so much to me that it was nerve-wracking at first.
Mm.
Luckily, my sister's like, "Oh, this book is actually good, Ciera," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." She's like, "If I didn't know you, I would read it." I'm like, "Okay, great." Because my sister's very much, she's very, very honest, and she's gonna tell you how it is. So I was afraid of her opinion the most. So her telling me that meant the world to me that she would care about the book if she wasn't my sister. So, and of course she was there throughout all of it, so it resonated like as true to her. So that meant a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Did you get any like negative feedback or people sharing like, I think you should do this differently?
Yep. There was one that, yep. And I changed the chapter because of it. I
Wow.
got negative feedback for a chapter that we mentioned BLM, we mentioned George Floyd, and just like how I struggled with that, how all Black people, all types of people, how uncomfortable it was, how difficult it was running a business and just like mentally not going crazy during that time. But that chapter was extremely triggering to everyone that I read it to, and everyone had like different opinions. So I shifted it because of that, because I didn't want to be insulting. I wanted to like stay true to how we all felt. And at the end of it came something beautiful, but I'm glad I read it and got that feedback and got that honest feedback before I put it out to the world.
Mm. It's so important, isn't it? Because I think I see so many people get feedback on their books and they're like, I'm not going to listen to that feedback. They're like, but this is really important,
I love
especially if
the
it's not just
feedback.
one person, right?
Oh yeah, give me the feedback. I love the feedback. I mean, I think the feedback is great as long as it's coming from a good place. And it's about who you ask. You don't want to ask a complete hater. You want to ask someone that you respect. And
Mm.
I ask all different types of people, not just people that like love you and are just going to be like, everything you do is great. You need to ask people that are just kind of going to be honest and real with you. And I
Mm.
did, and I'm so glad I did. And I did it in time to be able to change a lot of things in that chapter.
Brilliant. And it's I think the book's written so well and it's so like even though I'm not based in the US and like similar journey actually is quite interesting to read, but I think it's one of those things that it works for anyone, which is why it's I love the irony of it because it's like out the outsider advantage, but actually it helps everyone. Just see what I mean? It's like quite a cool
Yeah.
irony.
I love that. I'm going to use that. I love that. Yeah, I think it's easily digestible, which is great. Like, because we all like know what I mean. You may want to read a dictionary every now and again, but sometimes you just need like. I think it's an easy read. I think it's like it moves. I'm talking about my own book. Like, yeah, I think it's an easy read. That sounds weird, but yeah, I agree, and I'm happy that it resonated with you not being here. And honestly, like everyone I talked to has said like I can relate to this. I can relate to
Mhm.
that. And that means so much to me. I'm like, okay, this is because this is bigger than me. This is all of us,
Mhm.
and we all can relate. And that makes me so happy to hear you say that you can relate
Mhm.
to a lot of the situations and the things that I'm saying in the book.